This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. With that being said, today is a complex kind of day. Everything is nice and dandy outside, and everything is nice and calm where I am. However, it's kind of weird, and it shifts focuses because yes, slavery is still discussed, and so is the non-black humans are always included. Civil rights movement still being illustrated, infiltrated, and nearly executed once we all come together. With that being said, we still have to touch another basis of slavery. Although it's 2024, yes, that's a fact. The 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution still provides that slavery be deemed efficient, sufficient, lawful, and right if you are using it as punishment for a crime. Either way you look at it, slavery is slavery, slavery is wrong, and we have imprisonment for that. With that being said, it says on the website for the California courts that a disposition hearing in a juvenile case is a sentencing as it would be in a criminal case for an adult. That merely states how long the punishment is to last. That does not conclude the fucking case. So when you are bringing children who are already a victim of their circumstances and have to endure a foster care placement because child welfare services, child protective services, whatever the fuck you want to call them, deems it necessary for them to be removed from their house or their non-home, non-traditional home, and placed in a foster care situation, even though that child is not a fucking perpetrator. When the juvenile court judge takes on a foster care case and it is deemed under WIC 300, it is usurping powers and authorities that are vested within the people of the United States, the people of this state. California, well, the government code 100, 200, 300, sovereignty. Sovereignty is vested within the people of this state. That's jurisdiction within the people of this state. And your paperwork has to state that. The people of the state of California versus defendant. It says it in the government codes, people. It also states in the California Rules of Court 5.151, if you want an ex parte hearing, which means an immediate hearing, you file FL 305, FL 300, and so forth and so on. I think a foster care placement would be deemed an immediate situation. So why are you filing, or the lack thereof, because you're not filing the right paperwork anyway, family law court forms in juvenile court cases, if you are in fact doing that? However, I noticed that you guys use a JV 100 and a JV 200. You're not even using all the forms, and those are for when kids commit crimes and they're put in juvenile hall and group homes. With all this being said, everything is a fucking conundrum because it's all jumbled up into one. It just goes to say that when our kids are subjected to foster care placements and they're beat and abused and starved in their placements, and the cases took place in juvenile court of law under WIC 300, it's legal for them to do that to our children by the 13th Amendment of the United States of a motherfucking America. Because in the juvenile court, although your children are victims in the circumstances, and the juvenile court judge is only there to see how the world and society will view that child as a fucking perpetrator. You are the fucking defendant, child. Nobody has brought that to anybody's fucking attention that you guys are putting these cases and making these cases the hell of different from what the fuck they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be family law cases because it's a family fucking matter and the family needs assistance. So the family gets it. Not the family has a problem and they fall on hardships and then you take the kid and put him in juvenile court and then make it seem as though the child is at fault for the family experiencing that hardship. This to me makes absolutely no motherfucking sense. How all these judicial figures have been in the office for umpteenth years and have not brought this to rectify or have not brought this to rectification in any kind of fashion, any kind of aspect. With M&M Global Child Support and Prosperity Group, Foster Care and Arnold Kinnick Advocate Services, CASA, Thomas and Thomas Youth Mentoring, and then the Red Bluff Sound Healing, and a multitude of other cooperatives. Like, none of that will be happening. We're going to follow the laws not as we see them or how we perceive them. Because if we're going by our perception, that can change by day to day how we feel or at any moment. We have to go by facts and big facts. And evidence to back up the big facts. This is shameful that this is really going on. And I want no parts of it. So, hell, if we have... Hold on. Open the door. Oh. No. She can open the door. Hold on, I'm just finishing this up. They did not have any laws set forth in order to protect the child or to go about even ameliorating any kind of the situation that she was experiencing. So they used the pet laws and how you go about somebody beating your pets. And then they had to expand it from there. Why wasn't it looked at in these instances? Why hasn't it been looked at or examined or reviewed by the 3rd District Court of Appeals? 4th, 5th, 6th, 1st, 2nd, the California Supreme Court? That is because none of you know what the fuck you're doing. And this is solely my opinion, but if y'all go by experience, then you guys are going to fuck us over even longer and even harder. And I feel as though everybody's stepping down from their seats and they don't want to take another shot at it is because they know that they are fucked up. How y'all going to sit up there and do it to us like this for all these motherfucking years, tax us twice, and then like just throw COVID at us and then blame it on the Chinese and blame it on the Mexicans and then y'all got deportation and, oh my God, everything that y'all enact and adopt, y'all walk over and like completely obliterate. Like that's crazy as fuck to me. By the end of the day, we're going to be able to file court proceedings in the ICJ, in the ICC, without the state having anything to fucking say. Because at the end of the day, we all need to be relieved from the slavery, from the deportation and relocation of the population and this migrant situation. This is crazy as fuck. You take our kids from us for being homeless or having a lack of something that can be easily, simply obtained, put them in the care of a stranger, call them the fucking perpetrator, even though they're the victim, so they're held to answer. Then they got to experience slavery, chattel and bondage and debt slavery, because now they're treated as property. And then y'all got to go ahead and look at us like we doing something wrong when all we doing is telling y'all to give us back our kids. How the fuck, where y'all do that at? Child Protective Services came about to help orphans and children that cannot absolutely not be with their parents. Not because, oh my God, I think that kid is abused. He's walking down the street with one shoe on. Whoa! Stop. The motherfucking shoe fell off down the motherfucking street, but if you don't get your act together, it's as simple as that. We're going to be able to utilize the United Nations Charter, the United States Constitution, and fuck the fucking California Constitution because you're affiliate. And we're not third-party fucking vendors.